She loved me too, but still married someone else. And years later, Krishna showed me why. A letter that will stay with you long after the episode ends. Hari Krishna, friends, and welcome to another powerful Letter to Krishna episode, where real people open their hearts to the one and only Krishna who listens in silence. Let's begin today's journey with a voice that says, Krishna, you didn't forget me. The letter reads, Dear Krishna, to be honest, I don't usually write letters. But today, at 35, sitting by my window in California, sipping chai, while my wife is in the other room preparing for our baby's arrival, I felt something I hadn't felt in years. Gratitude. And I knew I had to write to you. But to thank you today, I need to tell you about the time I was angry with you. Truly angry. I was in engineering college back then, 21, foolish, and in love. Not infatuation, Krishna. It was real. She and I, we were close, best friends, companions in every sense. We would share secrets, talk about future, dream together. We never said the words I love you, but it was there, in the silence, the glances, the way we looked out for each other. I was waiting for the right time to propose. After campus placements, once things settled, but life didn't wait. One day, she suddenly stopped talking to me. No calls, no texts. After asking multiple times and crying in front of her, she told me that her father had fixed her marriage. And she can't hurt her father's feelings by telling him about us. I still remember staring at my phone in disbelief. I kept thinking, why didn't she say anything to her father? Did I mean so little? That was my first heartbreak, not just of love, but also of faith. Because from the time I had met her, I had only prayed to you. Just let this work out, Krishna. That's all I want. And yet, you didn't give me what I asked. That year changed me. I stopped praying. I started telling myself that faith is for fools. I was very angry. Years passed. I moved to the US for work. Got into the usual cycle. Job, bills, late night meals, pretending I was okay. On the surface, I was doing well, but inside, I had stopped expecting anything from you or from life. Then life did what it always does when you least expect it. It gently turned a corner. I joined a new company, the usual onboarding process. I wasn't looking to make friends, but there was this one colleague, always smiling, always calm in the chaos. We started working on a project together. Casual chats turned into long conversations. Lunches became walks. We talked about everything: life, losses, culture, parents. She wasn't dramatic. She didn't sweep me off my feet. She just saw me, listened to me. One evening, while we were both staying late to finish a report, I told her the story about college, about how I stopped believing in God after that heartbreak. She didn't react with sympathy or with quotes. She just quietly said, maybe that was Krishna protecting you from something that wasn't meant for you. That line stayed with me. A year later, we got married. 5 years have passed since that day. We have built a life together here. It's not perfect. We argue, we stress over bills, we disagree on what to order for dinner. But there is peace. We are a team. And now we are expecting our first child. Sometimes when I see her reading baby books or talking to her mom about names, I just stand there and think, so that is what you had in mind all along. Krishna, now I get it. You didn't ignore my prayer. You just knew I was praying for the wrong thing the whole time. You weren't punishing me. You were protecting me. Back then, I wanted something that looked like love. Now, I have something that feels like love. Quiet, steady, and real. You gave it to me. Not just when I wanted, you gave it when I was ready. And that's why I'm writing this letter. A few days ago, I stumbled upon modern AI mistake. I was watching a video where someone read a letter to you, and it brought back so many memories. That's when I realized I never said thank you to you. I never looked back to connect the dots. This platform gave me a space to pause, reflect, and see your hand in all of it. So, Krishna, thank you so much for not giving me what I asked for giving me what I needed. A partner who supports me, argues with me, laughs with me, prays with me, and builds a home with me. I know now that unanswered prayers are sometimes your greatest blessings. If someone is reading this and is going through heartbreak, if you feel forgotten, abandoned, and unheard, I just want to say one thing. Krishna hasn't forgotten you. He is working quietly behind the scenes, writing a better story for you. Just trust him, even when it hurts, especially when it hurts. Because the right person, the right life, the right moment, they will come. Not when you decide, but when Krishna knows it's time. And when it happens, you will look back and smile. And maybe like me, you will write a letter. Not out of pain, but gratitude. With love, someone who finally sees the full picture. Dear friend, thank you for trusting Krishna again. And thank you for trusting us with your story. Your journey reminds us all when Krishna closes one door, it's not the end. It's the beginning of something better. Sometimes he delays, not to deny, but to deepen us. And when the time is right, he gives not just what we asked for, but what our soul truly needed. May your family always be filled with peace. May your faith continue to grow with every new chapter. You didn't lose anything. You were simply being led to home. Hare Krishna and many congratulations for the start of a new chapter of your life. The next letter reads, Dear Krishna, my name is Gagan Geet. I am a seeker, a student, and a disciple of Dharma. I have dedicated my life to becoming a world-class healer, a philosopher, and a role model who upholds the values of truth, strength, and compassion, even amidst the chaos of Kali Yuga. I serve with the dream to revive goodness in this world and live as a warrior of light, just as you did. Krishna, if you were to stand before me now, I would fall to your knees and ask you one question. Am I walking the right path, Krishna? It feels lonely, scary, and even uncertain. I do not know if I am walking rightly. So please answer me. Please help me understand this. With surrender, Gagan. Dear Gagan, the path of Dharma often feels lonely because few choose it. It feels uncertain because you're not following noise. You are listening to truth. Krishna walks closest with those who walk with faith, not applause. So keep walking. You are not lost. You are just being tested. And He is closer than ever. Keep the fame alive. World today needs it. Hare Krishna and all the best. The next letter reads, Dear Krishna, this is your devotee Riya. I don't know when it started, maybe during the pandemic or maybe even before that. But this constant knot in my chest, the racing thoughts, the fear of what if, it became a part of me. I used to be the girl who planned everything from exams to career, from relationships to even my weekend meals. But life didn't follow my plan. I didn't get the job I prepared for. The relationship I invested everything in ended with a text. My parents started depending on me emotionally and financially. And the world outside just kept getting louder, messier, and scarier. I tried meditation, journaling, therapy. Everything helped, but for a while. But the anxiety always came back, especially at night. That's when the mind is the loudest, isn't it? One night, I broke down completely. I was alone in my room, girdled up like a child, shaking. I had no one to call, no words left to pray. And that's when I remembered you. Not because I believed you would solve everything. Honestly, I didn't even know if you were listening. But I was too tired to fight anymore. So I whispered, Krishna, I don't know what to do. I am scared. If you're there, please help me. It wasn't a dramatic moment. No miracles happened. No lights appeared. But something shifted. I started talking to you every day. Just 5 minutes. Not big bhajans or rituals. Just raw, messy, honest conversations. Some days I cried. Some days I complained. Some days I just sat in silence. And slowly, the heaviness started to lift. Not because the problems disappeared, they didn't, but because I wasn't carrying them alone anymore. I stopped trying to control everything. I stopped pretending to be fine. I started letting go, one day at a time. And in that letting go, I found peace. I still get anxious, Krishna. I still overthink sometimes. But now, I pause, I breathe, and I say, I surrender this moment to you. And somehow that makes it lighter. Today I may not have all the answers, but I have something better. A quiet trust that you're walking beside me, even when I don't see you. And that's enough. Thank you, not for fixing everything, but for teaching me that I don't have to fix it all alone at one time. With love, a hard learning to trust again. Ria. Dear Ria, thank you for sharing what so many quietly carry. The weight of anxiety, the fear of uncertainty, the feeling of being alone in the dark. But your letter reminds us all that even when the mind is restless, the heart still knows where home is. Krishna doesn't always remove the storm. Sometimes he sits with us through it. And in that quiet surrender, something shifts. You are healing. You are learning to trust. And most importantly, you are no longer walking alone. Keep talking to him. Keep letting go. Even if it's just one breath at a time. The peace you are searching for has already begun. Hare Krishna and take care. The next letter reads, Dear Radha Krishna, how are you? Initially, I was so hesitant to write this letter, but now this feels so relaxing and nice. You remember I talked to you last week about how the world was crashing down on me? You heard me, my friend. Right now, there is this eternal happiness and fearlessness in my heart. Problems are still as huge as they were. People still taunt me on how I failed the exam and how I let go of my well-paying job for following my wishes. About how overweight I am and how I was better off earlier. I'm still struggling to make a decision to do a job or follow my passion and still not able to find a solution or a job. I get a bit scared about the future, honestly. But Radha Krishna, now it doesn't affect me as much because I know you have held my hand. And together, we will find a solution. You know what is best for me? I just know deep down you will give me more than I can imagine. Happiness beyond my comprehension. And you're preparing me for that so that I remain humble when you give me the rewards of my hard work. I will wait patiently. I have full faith in you. Just promise to never leave me alone. I promise I'll do my karma just for you. Just stay with me forever. Also, I forgot to ask you in my earlier letter, but I hope you both are fine. I love you the most, my Radha Krishna, your forever grateful friend. Dear friend, the problems may still be there, but your heart is steadier now. That sthit pragya, the stillness Krishna spoke of in the Gita, your faith is your strength, your surrender, your offering. He is not watching from a distance. He is walking beside you through every step, every storm. Keep going. You're not alone. Not now, not ever. That calm inside you, that's Him. That's Krishna. Hare Krishna and take care. The next letter reads, Dear Lord Krishna, I don't know if this message will ever reach you directly or if it will just pass through the eyes of someone who believes in you as much as I do. But my heart says I must write, not for replies, not for attention, but just to release what I have been holding in for so long. I am a student, a dreamer. I have goals in my eyes, responsibilities in my heart, and love for my parents that keeps me going every single day. I don't want distractions. I don't want negativity. I just want peace, focus, and the strength to become who I am meant to be. But these days, I feel like I'm drowning in silence. There are people around me, some classmates, who are pulling me down. They say things, they spread rumors. They stare like I have done something wrong, even when I have only tried to stay kind and distant. It's been months. I keep telling myself this will pass. I have cried. I have prayed. I have spoken to teachers and friends. But that stare still finds me. That suffocating presence still follows me to class. Lord Krishna, the girl who once loved school, now feels afraid to enter it. I want to fly again. I want to enjoy those 6 hours of school like every other student, laughing, learning, and making memories. But I feel like a prisoner, surrounded not by walls, but by fear and discomfort. I have kept this from my parents. I don't want them to worry. I keep telling myself to be strong, to fight, to believe. But today, I just want to feel heard. Krishna, if you're truly the charioteer of lost souls, please take charge of mine too. Show me the way. Show me what to do next. Give me one sign that I am not alone. Not all battles are physical. Some are silent, and mine is one of them. But I believe maybe this message, through this email, through this space, through you, can set something in motion. Just help me, Krishna. I am tired of being strong alone. Yours, a student who still believes. Dear one, every silent battles are seen by Krishna. When the world feels heavy, remember what he said in the Gita? Be steady in your duty, without attachment to praise or blame. You are not here to please anyone. You are here to walk your path. Do your karma with faith and let Krishna handle the rest. Krishna is with you always. And you are doing better than you think. Hare Krishna and take care. Thank you for being here, for holding space and for opening your heart. These letters are not just stories. They are reminders that Krishna walks with us through our joy, our heartbreak, our confusion, and our courage. If today's letter touched something in you, maybe it's time to write your own. Send it to modernaimystic@gmail.com. You can also send audio files. Let your voice rise in devotion. Let your faith find form in words. Until next Saturday, Stay grounded in trust. Stay soft in love. And no matter where you are on your journey, keep walking. Krishna is always walking beside you. Hare Krishna and take care.